And a good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode number 5 of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I am Steve. We got Timmy T right over there. What's up, man? How's it going?
I just want to say I'm not taking responsibility for the Titans this past week.
Oh boy,
That's not my fault. That's
somebody's
just
got to.
that's just a bad team. They're just a bad team. I'm not taking responsibility anymore. What's up, everybody? What's going on?
Holy crap! Did we have some weird stuff go on this past week? Yeah, and of course you shared out a little while ago NFC Offensive Player of the Week. It's not the Giants show, but it's Daniel Jones, baby. 400 yards for the first time in his career.
That's right.
He hit
Listen,
that 400
listen.
mark.
We're gonna have to put up with this shit. I know we'll talk about that on the Giants show, but we're gonna have to put up with this shit for the rest of his career. Just like Eli, oh, he sucks. He's this. The guy could win 3 Super Bowls, and they're gonna say, well, he sucks. He's this. He's that. He does not suck. When the guy has time to throw the ball, he can throw the ball. He made some fantastic throws on
And everything was clear for him. There was a picture of an overhead shot of him by himself for once in his life, and everybody's taking care of their assignments and whatnot. And somebody said, "Oh, it looks like it could have been photoshopped." You know,
Yeah, that's how nice the pocket was.
Terzio. It's about time. Blue win and the Jet. Yeah, I mean, the Jets had. We this is be a Giants moment here for a second, but the Giants go into New Orleans, and for despite all the reasons I said that they were not going to win that game, they took advantage of it. They did what they needed to do. They won the game, so that happens, and then here come the Jets. They can't let us just have our moment, they almost lost theirs. It was that game was messy football.
Oh yeah.
Titans and Jets disaster. Um, what did you think about the
What's up,
Bucks
Chris?
and what's up, Chris? The Bucks and the Patriots. What'd you think about that game?
Yeah, man, it was a great game. It was exactly what we thought. I think it was Kyle who said in the chat, yeah, Mac Jones, like coming of age, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't go that far, but we can see that Mac Jones was the right pick for that team. And we can see that Josh McDaniel, as soon as Belichick decides to hang up the hoodie, that he will be taking over that team,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's going to be his guy for the next 10 years. So, yeah, it's definitely I like the Mac Jones pick now. Definitely. I love when they see something no one else sees. And that he was, whatever. But yeah, of
And
course,
and Belichick is good at that.
of course, Brady did what Brady does. Like I even called. I think we were chatting. I was like, "Look, Brady he's just waiting for that last minute drive to win the game. That's all he's going to do." So it wasn't exactly that, but it was close. But yeah, another it was a great game.
So as I told you guys, in one of my leagues, I have Terzio. See you, buddy. Um, in one of my leagues, I have a quarterback from the Bucks, and I have a quarterback from the Chiefs. And I didn't know. I thought, just like Chris was saying, I was surprised it was as close. I thought that if there was an opportunity, I guess that's what it was. The opportunity to run up the score never presented itself, so it became that really close. Plax playing defense type of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with the quarterback from the Chiefs, thankfully, because he put up over 40 some odd points, as did Daniel Jones. Just wink, wink. Um, Daniel Jones in fantasy has been a top 10 quarterback this year. He's
Mm-hmm.
been better than that quarterback that we always talk about for Baltimore, and the quarterback for the Titans, and he's been playing above what anybody would have expected him to do this year. We did say, Timmy, this is it. This is make or break for him, and he seems to be doing a good enough job.
Yeah, but we also said, and I don't care what anybody says either. I'm tired of hearing it. He played good last year. The turnovers were bad. The
Yeah.
fumbles were bad. A little of his decision making was bad. But considering what he had in front of him, even this year, considering what he has in front of him, The guy has been playing good football all 3 of his years so far. I mean, he's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. Of course not. He's not there yet. But he is playing good, solid football. NFC Player of the Week, 400 yards. I love it. I love it. I'm happy. People can just shut their mouths now.
Yeah. I mean, you can still say the Giants are 1-3, but
They
none
won't
of it
shut
has
their
to do.
mouths. They won't shut their mouths, but they should. Oh, I seen that. You posted Player of the Week, and then somebody commented, "Oh, they're only 1-3." So what? He don't play defense. It's not his
Exactly.
fault. He can't play
He
everything.
he's not an offensive lineman.
No.
Who, by the way, you want to talk about Andrew Thomas for a quick second. Again, this is not Giants, but these are guys who have been playing elite levels in the NFL this year. So when you talk about that and how it is leading to Jones playing better.
Yeah, exactly. No sacks. Yeah, he leads the league in as far as second year linemen go, as far as blocking and no sacks and pancakes, all that good stuff. Every offensive lineman stat you can imagine, he's leading that pack. So at least we can say Gettleman got one pick right as far as offensive linemen go. Because Will Hernandez is still shaky. A couple other guys are still a little shaky, but at least he got that one right.
Yeah. Hey, broke clock. How is it? Broke clock is right twice a day.
Exactly.
All right, so let's kind of get into last week. I want to get into records real quick on our picks because we've rebounded just slightly. It's not 100, but we're not there. But this week we saw just one team go under 500. And this week you had Joe, who took it personally. Producer Joe, he went 12-4 this week.
Wow, he took it personal.
So did Rodriguez. So did Bert. All 12-4. Our missing in action co-host Dave went 11-5. And then everything else there is kind of mediocre. I finally broke 500 for a week. Timmy, you went 500 this week. And Keith was the only, and I don't know if Eric is looking over your shoulder with the picks, but he went 8-8 also. So you guys are neck and neck. But Keith was the only team to go under 500 this week. So first place through 4 weeks, we have a tie, and it's between Dave and Rodriguez at 41-23. Timmy sits at 36-28, 5 games back. I sit at 35-29, 6 games back. And bringing up the rear is Keith. However, he's over 500. So we're all over 500 for the year now. He's at 33-31.
I gotta get my head on a swivel. I gotta hold my title. I can't let it go. But yeah, you know what? This is a real wacky year, though. So
And usually, I was listening to all these shows and whatnot, and the first 4 weeks, it's really the first month or you'll have the teams that exactly what they're going to be. They're going to be shitty or they're going to be great. But then you got all those teams like the Bengals and that are 3-1 and that are causing all sorts of havoc on our picks. And
you know what? I decided last week I'm going to go with the Lions because they've looked good the first couple games. And the Lions screwed me. So you know what? Screw you, Lions. I was pissed. And yes, Raul, I'm not taking responsibility. They're a bad team this year. They're just when you're losing to the Jets the way they lost, you're just a bad team. I'm not taking any responsibility for that team whatsoever anymore. As far as I'm concerned, the curse is gone. They just suck.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Man. Sorry, Raul.
I mean, they were an AFC favorite, the Titans. I saw one guy pick them to actually think they were going to beat the Chiefs and the Bills to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know who that was, a CBS guy, I think. I was like, well, I think it's a little extreme. Julio Jones isn't going to play defense for you. But, yeah, I mean.
He's not even playing anything right now.
They're not beating the Bills, and they're not beating the Chiefs anyway. So
there's no way. Well, so they are now 2-2. So let's run down real quick some of the things that happened last week. The Bengals went 3-1. They beat the Jags last Thursday. 19 straight losses for Jacksonville now. The Jets finally got their victory, like we said. Mahomes put it on the Eagles. We appreciate you, Pat. We appreciate that. Appreciate it a lot. He had five touchdowns, and you rewarded me for going with you against Brady. here's a game that looks a lot closer than what it was with the final score, and that was the Cowboys beating the Panthers 36-28. Uh, I'm just gonna say it now that I think Sam Darnold is legitimate going
He is.
forward.
Absolutely.
He's he doesn't he leads. It's a weird freaking stat. He leads the league in rushing touchdowns. He's got
Yeah.
5 rushing touchdowns.
Which is very
Leads the
weird.
league.
And they're all from inside the 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so like
Or
he's
inside the
got 5
5.
rushing touchdowns. Daniel Jones has led the Giants in rushing several times. So, it's weird,
It is
weird,
crazy.
wacky season. Then you got the Giants beating the Saints, Browns and Vikings. So I don't know. The Vikings have an offensive powerhouse. The Browns defense is not that good. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if you like that. Just this is his Cinderella game, because he'd been putting up 3-4 touchdowns, and he'd been putting up 300 yards, and then that all comes kind of crashing down. Cleveland is now 3-1 in 2 straight seasons for the first time since '93 and '94. Imagine, we're struggling and complaining about the Giants these last few years. That's rough. And then speaking of rough, Lions and Bears. Bears finally were able to put up some points. They named what's
Justin
the
Fields.
quarterback? Justin Fields. They named Justin Fields the starter. Go forward.
Duh. Like duh.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Like, who else you gonna do?
Do you need to see what Andy Dalton can give you, like a Geno Smith? You're not quite sure that what you've seen the last 10 years of this guy.
He's just I
Uh,
said he's fragile now. I mean, he was a good quarterback. He took the Bengals to the playoffs many times. He was a good quarterback, but he's just old and fragile. So that's
yeah,
it. It's time to go. He's
and
back up,
way too many
sure.
concussions.
Yeah, put him on the bench, sure, for a legitimate veteran backup. But when you got a kid like Justin Fields, who you traded your first round pick to move up to get, put him in. Don't worry about it. Put him in.
Put him in, coach.
Urban
He's
Meyer,
ready to play.
what Raul put Urban Meyer's countdown for being out as the coach continues. After what he did, the owner Khan was mad and laid down. Look, Khan is too busy worrying about AEW and putting Vince McMahon out of business. I don't think he's worried
Yeah,
about Urban Meyer yet. Listen, these coaches, Urban Myers, Nick Saban, I think they're all NFL bullshit. I think they all just use NFL to get a better coaching college job. He's not an NFL coach. He's not. He's not.
and I don't even know that he wants to be. And Bert put in the chat a little while ago. There's rumors all over the place that he just wants to find a way the hell out of there. I mean, yeah, Jacksonville. What do you expect when you take that job?
Hey, did you think Jacksonville with a rookie quarterback was going to be your great introduction into the NFL? No,
It's the weirdest thing.
no.
Like this like kind of goes in with all the weird shit that goes on. That's been going on. Um, let's see what else we had here. Lions, Bills just flat out killed, mauled, whatever the Texans, whatever, however you want to call it. It's second biggest shutout in Bills history.
And they covered.
They sure the hell did.
They covered
And I was thinking about that. I mean, what was it, 17 and a half?
17 and a half, and they covered by
They
plenty.
doubled it, man.
Still,
I still will
still
never.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have taken that bet anyway.
There's no way. The Dolphins continue to just be shitty. 1-3, they lose to the Colts, and this is on Dave. Dave kind of talked me into last week going with the Dolphins. I think you went with the Colts.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was a smart move. That was a smart move on your end.
Well,
27-17.
I did say the Colts were the best 0-3 team last week, so I still believe that.
Yes, with the Wentz with the 2 gimpy ankles, and just what happened is their running game finally woke up, which had not happened. Falcons, we could have used a solid after we somehow let you back into the game and let you beat us a couple weeks ago, but Falcons lose to the football team 34-30. Seahawks and the 49ers. what? So Garoppolo's. I haven't seen if he's going to be playing this week, but he goes out with that calf injury. I think it's going to be at least a couple of weeks. So now you bring in your backup, another a rookie guy who you thought that you were going to start, alternating and getting all fancy with. Do, do you see them that giving the 49ers any type of a boost? I didn't see the Seahawks going 1-3.
No.
I just
Well,
didn't
you
see
know
it
what?
happening.
I picked the Niners last week.
Yeah.
I don't think the Seahawks were as good as, like you said. They're a September October team.
Hmm.
I even saw a guy on that I follow on TikTok. He does an NFL thing every week, and just like you always kept saying, he goes, Russell, who I wonder who the MVP is, and he dresses up like Russell Wilson. And goes, hey, it's got to be me. He goes, oh, that's right, it's you because it's only week 4, so you're definitely the MVP. Well, like you said, he's the MVP of September and October.
Yep.
But no, yeah, I don't know. The Niners they're another one of those teams with the big question mark on them. I can't figure them out at all. I just they should be winning. They should be dominating with that D and everything, but again, quarterback circus is not good for any team.
Yep.
Leave Trey Lance in there. Don't even bring Garoppolo back in when he's ready to go. Let this guy be the quarterback of the future. Garoppolo can back you up unless he can find another job somewhere. That's it. Get your young quarterback in there now. Especially that alternating bullshit. We know that don't work.
It's
Doesn't
never
work.
worked.
It's never worked, and it's never going to work. Or the package for this guy and the package. Give me a break.
No. Well, and then you think you're outsmarting guys, and you're in like, let's say, a Wildcat. Remember, the Wildcat used to be huge. Dolphins did it that one year like crazy, but you effectively take away one position guy from your weapons because you're replacing him with the quarterback lining up wide. No, nobody's we're not throwing to him. So it's either the guys, whoever's taking the snap is going to run it, or you get a former quarterback. These lefty wide receivers that look all awkward throwing the ball. Cardinals and Rams. Do you think that victory, it wasn't it wasn't a squeaker? Do you think that victory really starts to propel the Cardinals into Super Bowl contender talk?
I was actually just going to say this. I
Yeah.
will officially tip my cap to the Cardinals because I will now admit that they are a legit because they didn't just beat the Rams, man. They fucking whooped up on them.
Yep.
So I mean, it might have seemed a little closer than it was, but I will now give them their props because their defense is starting to play. Now the defense is starting to play.
That's the only thing that needed to be clicked.
And they can score.
Yep.
So yeah, I will now give the Arizona my props. They beat my Ramalamba Ding Dongs last week, and they beat them handily.
Yep.
So yeah, I will give them legit contenders. Now you got to calm down with the running quarterback thing. Like I said, eventually they're going to solve it.
Yep.
So you got to make sure you don't rely on that all the time because they solve Lamar Jackson, they solve these guys. It just happens.
Or get crushed and be out for weeks.
Exactly.
So, and to your point, where with the offense, they have scored 30 or more points and have 400 or more total yards in every game this year. In all 4 of the games, they're putting up those points. Packers really whipped up on the Steelers. That's if you watched the game, you saw that. But I don't know. Big Ben still looks old. If you put him and Brady in a race together, I think Brady beats him. He just looks awful.
Him.
He just looks awful. Too bad they don't have a good backup to go to Haskins. Go to Haskins. Do it. I dare you, Steelers. Ravens head into Denver. That was a boring game, 23-7. The Ravens win.
Yeah, the Broncos finally played a team with a win.
Yeah, they're 3-0, beating their chests.
Yeah. And then,
but
the Giants were one of those teams, so I'm not taking a shot at the Broncos.
No, I know.
I'm just saying.
But now those teams have victories now. The Jets have a victory. Jacksonville not so much. And then the Monday night game. Jeez, Herbert continues. The Dolphins. Somebody should be fired. somebody's gonna get fired. Because could you imagine just swapping? Just put Herbert in with the Dolphins, and now you got now you can really utilize your weapons. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a mistake that's going to haunt the Dolphins for years. I think.
Well, I think one of these teams are getting closer and closer to saying, you know what? We can deal with Deshaun Watson's legal problems. I think we could. I think we could get through those. It's time to make a deal, and the Dolphins would make that deal. Or the
The
Eagles. So those
Dolphins.
are the two teams that I see would make. But I don't think the Eagles should, but I think they would make that deal. But the Dolphins, yeah, I think they're thinking about it. They probably got a team of lawyers right now going through the depositions
Yeah,
of all the
the
victims and all the accusers.
possibilities. Looking at fantasy really quick, going back to week 4. I got my first loss this week, and it was rough. They just Ed just went off on me. He put up over 206 points. So I lost. Rodriguez gets a victory over the Stugatz Army, who's now 0-4. I offered Kyle. I offered Kyle to come on the show. It's a good week for him to come on the show, talk about Dallas, Giants, and Cowboys coming up. But he had other obligations. Oof. Poor Joe. What the hell happened to Joe? Joe got beat 200 to 102.
And I screwed up my team too. I left a guy in who was, but then again, I'm blaming ESPN for that, the app.
What they do?
Because I did edit Claypool. I thought I took him out and replaced. It wouldn't have mattered.
Ah.
I still would have lost,
Yeah.
but I would have been looked so ugly. But so I left the guy in who wasn't playing, and that was an accident. But I blame the app. I did try to take him out.
And so now you got Mixon, who might miss a week or two with that ankle thing.
I'm bad with running backs. Every time he's running, I feel bad in my other league real quick with my brother-in-law. I got a guy. I said, you know what? I need a running back because of McCaffrey. So I offered. He needed a tight end and a wide receiver. I gave him DJ Chalk.
Oh boy!
And
who's hurt?
And
pay attention, people.
I went Cook, tight end Cook. I gave him Cook also for Eckler from San Diego.
Oh my god!
Because I forget who was the other running back. Was the other running back? He had 2 grade A running backs. So he gives me them. I was like, holy shit! He went for that trade. Awesome. So I put him in. He gets a lot of points for me, and we actually played each other. And I beat him because of the guy he just gave me. And then DJ Chalk goes on injured reserve. I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. I didn't plan it. I really didn't plan it.
Oh my god. I have. If there's one real rule that I go in fantasy, it's I do not trade with the guy I'm playing that week. I just don't do it.
I didn't even realize. And Dave, I wish he was here because I want to scream at him.
Well, no, that worked out wonderfully.
Oh no, but he's trying to offer me. He's trying to get Justin Jefferson away from me, who's my highest points guy, other than my quarterback, for bullshit. I'm like, dude, you're gonna have to offer me. I don't want Melvin Gordon for Justin. That's a bullshit trade.
Yeah.
Don't insult my intelligence. They try. Oh, I got this and this. No, dude, don't insult my intelligence. Don't insult.
Well,
even though Jefferson only had 1 touchdown, still. Don't insult my intelligence for just trying to offer me.
No,
crap.
but he's a beast. He's an insane beast, and that offense got shut down by the East.
You want Jefferson for me? You got to come correct. Don't give me that one guy and a scrub bullshit because that's not going to happen.
So here's the good thing for you is that I don't know if you saw this, but Christian McCaffrey returned to practice today.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's
a potential that he starts. And even if he doesn't start and he splits with what's his name? I hate his name, Chubba.
Chubba. Well, yeah, I was calling him Chubba Wubba the other day, just for the hell of it. Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah,
Hubbard. Like Chubba Wubba, whatever.
Even if he splits, you know what he's capable of doing. So I have him in one of my leagues, and the same thing's happening. Obviously, if you lose a guy like Christian McCaffrey, which all of us, who have him, lost him, and we're like freaked out. But if you lose him to any sort of an injury, be sure that you are going to get low ball offer after low ball offer for other things or McCaffrey. I got a I think I sent it to you. I sent it to you guys. I got an offer. It was McCaffrey for Chris Carson from Seattle and Lamar Jackson. And so he he wants to push that Lamar Jackson thing on me because I have Ryan Tannehill, who did perfectly fine last week, and I made a mistake last week and I dropped Daniel Jones and I started Tannehill because it was against the Jets. Daniel Jones put up 48 points. Tannehill put up 23. And I probably would have. I think I would have beaten him if I would have just started Daniel Jones. Anyway, moral of the story is that when a superstar player gets hurt in your fantasy team, you're going to get low ball offers for either that person or
Or in general,
if it's a running back, right? If it's a running back, then you're going to get low ball offers for your wide receivers and
yeah, Dave, don't lowball me, Dave.
Yeah, so you took the loss. Dave took the loss also. All three of the hosts of this show lost last week. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't advertise that.
That's why we're not getting any. That's why we're not getting any questions this week. Everyone's mad at us.
They're all pissed off. Just a quick look at the standings here. Stugat's Army is in last place. They're the lone winless team. We like to call those guys 0-4. They win one game. You call them 1-4. 1-4. The East Rising, that other division, the entertainment division with Bert and all these guys. Bert is 3-1. Everybody else is 2-2. So that's that. You're in my division, a couple games out, but you have a higher percentage of a chance to go to the playoffs than some of the other 2-2 teams.
Well, I have a good receiving core, man. I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get my running back going.
You're going to get McCaffrey back this week or next week, and then your team gets real dangerous.
Well, now it's dangerous in my other league, too, like I said, because now I have Eckler and I have McCaffrey if he's healthy. So thank you for that trade. And stop lowballing me in the other one, David.
Don't do it.
You're not getting You're not getting Jefferson. There's not a chance in hell you're getting Jefferson from me. You got to give me a lot more.
You pay up.
That's right. You got to give me a lot more than that for him.
All right. So next week, when we're complete again, hopefully, I want to start. Right? Somebody's got to. He needs a life coach. Next week, I want to start eliminating teams. Maybe we do. We'll talk through the week about how we do it, Timmy. But I want to start the maybe the Lions next week. They go 0-5. I want to eliminate them from any type of contention here. So maybe we'll do the math on it. If we eliminate one team a week or two teams a week or what, but we'll come to a consensus on whoever we want to kick out of contention. That being said, let's get to our picks for this week. Should be quick. Only two of us doing the picks, unless Raul is doing them on the comments.
Raul doing with us.
We have talked about how shitty the Thursday night games have been, and of course, this is the week where it turns. It was on the NFL Network. This is the week where it starts going on Amazon Prime and Fox. So lo and behold, we get Rams and Seahawks. Wow, look at how that works, NFL. Mm-hmm. So Rams go to Seattle, and as soon as I can be a producer, there we go. So the Rams at Seattle. The Rams are a 1.5-point favorite going into Seattle, and I'll let you start off this bad boy with this one.
This was a hard game to pick. It really was because the Seahawks at home, but I'm not going to go see my Ram Lamma Ding Dongs lose 2 in a row. I am going with the Rams on the road.
Man, this is a tough one.
It's a very tough one.
Freaking tough one.
This is a flip a coin one. But I like my Rams rebounding after last week.
Raul going with the Rams.
Right. Going with the Rams, man. You know. Hang on a second. You know why they lost last week? I didn't play the song.
That's the problem.
I didn't play the song.
We can't break tradition.
That's it. I gotta play just 3 seconds of it, and it'll work. That's it. They're winning now. Steve, get on this right now. Rams beat the Seahawks next week because I just played this song for 10 seconds.
So, Russell Wilson has never lost a Thursday night game at home. I don't know. I the problem is with me, I don't see I'm going with the Rams.
Yes. See, look at you using logic. Just go with the song. You're running
So
little scenarios in your head. Go with the song.
Chris Carson is dealing with a neck situation, so he might miss this game. And and as you know, as far as running backs are concerned, Chris Carson is not the sexy name out there, but he's the guy who goes out there every single week, gives you 20 carries, and gets his stuff done. So I'm gonna go with the Rams on that. Next up, we get our first London game. And listen, there's no other game in the world that I would love to wake up early for, get all set, than to watch the Jets take on the Falcons.
I feel bad for London. I'm going to apologize to all our fans over in London for getting stuck with this shit of a game.
Why is it that?
Please don't think this is American football. It's not American football. It's really, really not.
The point is to promote the game. Who are you promoting in this game at all? It used to be Julio Jones, but I maybe Ridley, maybe your high end tight end Pitts that just came out of college. I don't know. Who you got in this one though? Raul picks the Jets.
Ooh, Jets for 2 in a row, Raul. Oh, I don't even know. How about this game?
Well, you went first last time. I'll take it this time. I cannot see in any scenario the Jets winning 2 games in a row. I just can't.
And I think the Falcons are pissed about last week. That's a game they should have had. That's a game they should have had. So you know what? I'm going to go Falcons also.
If Mike Davis could get going with the run game, and then you have that with Cordero Patterson, who's been insane, 3 touchdowns last week. It's funny on ESPN, Matthew Berry, very long time ago, he was very high on Patterson, and on the show that he did on Monday, he was like, I was right. We found out 9 years later, but I was right. The rookie quarterbacks are 0-4 in London games, for what it's worth.
Falcons,
what it's worth. Rookie quarterbacks this year have looked awful, though.
Yeah,
for the most part.
This is a bad class so far.
Yeah, it's definitely looking rough. All right, so that's the Falcon. Next up, we have your Lions. Lions heading to Minnesota. Minnesota's a 7.5-point favorite. We'll start with you, Timmy.
I'm not picking the Lions ever again. Those bastards. I gave them a nice little pep talk last week, and they screwed me. So I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. Especially the Minnesota to rebound after being held to such a low offensive output. They're going to blow up this week. So I'm going with the Vikings.
Yes, 7 points with those wide receivers, and they do have a yo-yo quarterback, and with Dalvin Cook coming back, and 7 points. That's
Jefferson's 10 receptions, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, and
yeah,
I'm going to win my game just because of him.
And then Adam Thielen will have 2 touchdowns and 112 yards. It's just going to be one of those games, I think. Definitely. I bet I took the Lions with the points, and they screwed me up on that too. What do we, Timmy? Let's not get cute here. Let's not pick the Lions, especially don't put any fucking money on them to cover. All right. Next up, the New Orleans Saints head to Washington to play the football team. New Orleans is a 1.5-point favorite heading into Washington.
Is another hard one.
Is this a game where Jameis goes off?
I'm still going to go with the Saints. I don't see, just like we don't see the Jets winning 2 in a row. I don't see the Redskins winning. Excuse me, the football team winning 2 in a row.
It's so weird to say. What football team?
Yeah,
which football team are you talking about?
Oh, the Washington football team. Oh, that team.
It's idiot. And it's even worse that they're considering just keeping that name.
Which is dumb. It's like, how hard is it to pick a name?
Look at Cleveland.
Name.
Cleveland did it. What are they?
Stupid.
What's the Indians' name now?
Oh, I don't even know.
I forgot.
I forgot already. That's how unmagical it is. I forgot already too.
Yes. I'm gonna go also with the Saints. And by the way, the insane offense of Washington has allowing on average 30.5 points per game. So all you prognosticators in the offseason that said that this team was going to have a tremendous defense, there you have it. Next up,
The Guardians,
Guardians.
which
And there's
is
some
stupid.
there was some relevance to it. I can't remember what it is now.
Listen,
But
when you
either
have
way,
a very
Cleveland
famous
Guardians.
baseball movie after one of your teams, like Major League, probably I would put it in my top comedies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest movies ever. And you don't take advantage of calling them the Wild Things or take something from that movie, you're stupid. You're
Imagine the marketing.
stupid.
The
Oh, exactly.
marketing.
And you'll have Charlie Sheen there every week. You'll have all the stars from the movie there. You'll probably get to make a new movie,
Mm-hmm.
based on. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. The Guardians. Guardians of what? The Rock and Roll Hall
The
of
Guardians
Fame?
of Cleveland.
Yeah. Stupid. Now they're going to try to go with like a fake Star Lord and the fake Chris Pratt. It's like,
Good
come on,
lord.
idiots.
All right. Next game up, the Patriots head to Houston to play the Texans, and Patriots head in as a 9-point favorite.
Pats. Mac Jones and the Pats. Mac
I
Jones,
agree with you.
that's a quarterback name right there.
He's just gotta maybe fill in a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like the one wrong hit and his spine is gonna end up like like that. And then of course we all know what Belichick does to rookie quarterbacks, and rookie quarterbacks are 1-10 against New England since 2014. But again, for most of that time they had a guy at quarterback named
Yeah, but
Brady.
he's like John Kreese against quarterbacks. Like no mercy, destroy them, kill them,
Break them.
break them in half.
Raul says the Patriots. Also, next up, the Miami Dolphins in a battle of Florida, South Florida.
This battle's over.
It's over now.
It's over already.
So really, the Dolphin, barring a crazy situation, the Dolphins are going to go 1-4 through 5 games, and with Buffalo, riding the ship after that weird loss to the Steelers, you have no room for error, none.
They're done this week. They might be done this week as far as the division goes. They're done.
Oh
this
yeah.
week. They're done.
Oh yeah. There's no way, especially if the Bills can pull one out, but we'll get to that. But we're both going to go with the Bucks here. Brady has 12 career losses versus Miami, and that goes with the whole Miami always played the Patriots. It's the rivalry thing. No matter what, for the most part, you play your rivals, closer, even if you suck. Next up, Bengals. The Bengals battle of 3-1 teams in Cincinnati. It's the Green Bay Packers heading to Cincinnati, and what an upset would it be if Burrow can beat Rodgers?
That would be it'd be good. I think it's going to be a good game, actually.
I think so too. And then the running back for Cincinnati, I don't have they said how bad it is? They said week to week, so he might even play. Yeah.
Questionable, which I hate.
As long as it doesn't go doubtful. But you got it. If how do you pronounce his name? Perrine, the backup. if he's available in your league, maybe that's a route to take. I am, however, going with Rodgers and the Packers. Just too much experience, I think, and but I would see a scenario where the Bengals definitely keep this close. This is a game where I won't. Gamblers should kind of maybe stay away from this one just because of what the Bengals have kind of been able to do moving the football. What do you think, Timmy?
I'm going to go with the Packers also. I think Aaron Rodgers is back, and I think I wouldn't say everything's forgiven, but everything is forgotten for the moment.
For now, everything's okay.
Everything's okay. We're not happy, but we're okay. So I'm going with the Packers definitely.
Raul goes with the Packers also. And And this is, Bill Simmons on his show. He puts all these games into categories, and one of them is the barely watchables. And I feel like this is it. This is like like if you look in the definition of barely watchables, and he also has unwatchables. So Broncos heading to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh 1.5 point favorite here. Who you got in this one?
This is a rough one. The Denver's got that good D.
See, I almost want to say I'll go with the Steelers just because they're home, but then I'm like thinking in my mind, I'm seeing Roethlisberger look like a mess, and if really all that teams have to do now is cut down on the running game and let this is weird to say, but let Ben beat you because you got Najee Harris back there who is capable of going off no matter what. But
Where's the coin?
you got to flip a coin for this one.
No, you know what? When I'm not 100% sure, I'll go with the home team. I'm going to go with the Steelers. It's a rough one though. This is one of those where if I lose, I'm like, oh, whatever. I know.
And this is also one where if you're just a casual football fan and you see the 3-1 Broncos heading to the 1-3 Steelers without knowing who the Broncos beat, I'm gonna go with the Steelers for two reasons. One, because they're home, and two, I think they have the most explosive player on the field with Harris.
And Claypool if he plays.
Or if he plays, right?
If he plays,
and then if Ben gets his walker out. That reminded me of The Rock a long time ago. He did a promo, I think, when Austin left.
Mm-hmm.
And take the ball and go home. And he says, when The Rock is 80 years old, he's going to walk down with the people's walker. Just bring it.
What they should do is shotgun all day long.
Yeah.
Only problem with that is it's going to be a run if he's not in the shotgun. So they'll stack the box and not in the shotgun. But he can't move back there, man. We're talking three steps and throw. Otherwise, go into shotgun because he cannot throw that ball anymore. And he's a stubborn son of a bitch. He'll play 3 more years just to do it.
That's why I was saying, I understand the stubborn part, but in my mind, if I'm an NFL quarterback and I've got all these millions of dollars, I got Super Bowl ring, I got all that. Yeah, I get it that it's tough to hang it up, but if I'm watching video of myself and I look like Ben Roethlisberger, it's gonna eventually it turns into embarrassing.
Look at Mickey Mantle. He fell below 300.
Right.
Because he had to hang on for that one last year.
Yep.
298 hitter, wherever he's 39 hitter, but just missed that 300 because he stuck around a year too long. So
yep,
it sucks. You got to know when to walk away.
That's just it. And many athletes don't, and that's why I see zero blame on the Patriots end with this whole situation with Brady, because who the hell would think that this guy, a 44-year-old quarterback, is out there winning a Super Bowl last year?
Hey, you heard him during the post game for the interview. He's already talking about 5 years from now. He's still playing.
Yeah. Well, there's that. The record is the guy. Never remember his name. 5 touchdowns at the age of 48. 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he wants to break that. Yeah, and he'll do it.
Why not? I mean, he's got...
The dude's a freak of nature. You can't deny that. No matter how much we want to bash him, you can't deny the guy. Plus, we're Giants fans. We will always have it over his head. So,
and he also he said his favorite team to beat is the Giants, and his least favorite team to beat is the Patriots. That's a cop out answer, Tom. Cop out.
It is a cop out.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Eagles at the Panthers. Panthers are a 3.5 point favorite here. Hurts and Darnold. This is the weird stuff about this year. Both ranked top 10 in combined passing and rushing yards this season. Never would have thought that. So I've got the Panthers in this one.
So do I. I didn't like the fact that Kyle was saying, "No, the Panthers are fake." It's because they lost to the Cowboys. Big deal. I like the Panthers.
It's not the Broncos.
No, I think the Panthers are legit. I think, especially if they get McCaffrey back and he's healthy, I will take the Panthers at home to beat the stupid Eagles.
Look, if he comes back this week or next week, you got a the beast of all running backs. That's number one. And then you got Darnold, who can rush it in, leads the league in rushing touchdowns. Next up is your favorite, Timmy, the Titans. You can't pick against them this week. Well, I guess maybe you can.
See now, what's the logical pick? The logical pick is to pick the Titans. It is the logical, straightforward, obvious pick. But when I pick them, they like to screw me. So you know what? I'm going to pick the Titans just because I hope they do lose. I will sacrifice this game in the standings if it screws them because they lost to the Jets last week. So I'm going with the Tennessee Titans on the road. They got to win. They
have to.
You can't let the Jets.
Imagine that.
You can't lose 2 in a row to the
Jets
Jets
and Jags.
If you do, you might as well just pack your shit up and leave.
The only thing I can say is that they did have their top 2 wide receivers out last week, but again, it's the Jets.
I said I gotta find the guys. There was a guy, I think it was CBS. I think he picked them over Buffalo and Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl, and I thought they'd be good. I thought they'd easily probably walk away with that division, but now they look like turds.
But they didn't address that defense. I thought nearly enough last year, and like you said, they're a good team. They're a good team that lost to the Jets, but not on the defensive end. They're just not. Something's not clicking there. But that we all know defense wins these championship games and Super Bowls, and we've seen it year after year with some exceptions. So, all right, next up, good matchup here. The Browns head to the Chargers. I think maybe this time the Chargers will have home field advantage in Los Angeles. I don't know that for sure. How many Browns fans could possibly go into be in LA and go to the game? But the Raiders sure took that stadium over.
I don't think Browns fans can sit in the sun that long. The California sun, they might melt away or turn to dust.
All right,
those clear skies.
For me, this Browns defense, what they did last week, I don't see. I mean, I could be proven totally 100% wrong, but I don't see them doing that to Herbert and this offense at all. Keenan Allen, Herbert, you got your new running back in your other league.
That's how you pronounce it, right? Eckler? That's how you pronounce it?
Eckler, yes. Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't think of his name.
I knew his name. I was trying to pronounce his last name, but yeah.
Yeah, Austin Eckler. So that's I don't see it happening. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers, and this is a good game to bet, people. If you really think the Chargers are gonna win this game, they're likely gonna win it by more than one. And if it's one, you get pushed and you don't lose your money. I'm giving you solid stuff here. Herbert 7-1 over his last 8 games. Who you got in this one?
I am also going with the Chargers to win this one at home.
Just for shits and giggles, I want to see who Dave picked. I'm gonna pull that up in a second, and we'll move on to the next. No, that was pretty quick. Where did he go? Here's Dave. He's got the Browns. He's right or die.
Going with the doo-doo yeasts. Doo-doo yeast. Doo-doo yeast for life.
Yes. And look at Raul getting very specific. I have to pick them, but the Titans will win in overtime. All right, Bears heading to Las Vegas. Vegas, a 5.5 point favorite. For me, this is an easy one. It's Vegas. Vegas, baby. Timmy?
Fucking yeah, they screwed me too last week. But I will go with Raiders at home in the Death Star.
The Death Star. Nothing worse.
How did the Bears score last week?
24 points too, and now their running back is hurt. Montgomery got hurt. He's out 4 to 6 weeks.
That's because it was the stupid Lions.
Yeah, the Lions really screwed me.
They should change their name, Cubs or something stupid like that. Something they don't deserve to be called a Lion.
It's just like all the NFC West are playing each other every week. So there's potential for separation here with Arizona. 49ers head to Arizona. Arizona's 5.5 point favorite. quarterback situation is kind of up in the air. And Arizona's won 4 straight games. I'll let you start with this one.
5-0, Arizona
5-0.
Cardinals. I like it. I'm on board now. I'm on board. That defense is it's starting to click. If that defense clicks, whew, and you don't have to keep those teams to, you don't have to hold them shutout teams because you're not
Oh
gonna.
yeah, yeah.
But they're scoring 40 points a game. Your defense can, we'll let them score 1 or 2, but then we'll shut them down. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals at home.
And then everybody's contributing on that offense. AJ Green is everybody counted him out, and he's contributing. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this is I don't not sure this is going to even be particularly close. I got the Cardinals on this one too. Next up, last of the 4 o'clock games. The New York Football Giants head to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Dallas is a 7-point favorite heading in. Timmy, I don't like to ask you to say nice things about the Cowboys, but is their defense much better than what we thought it was going to be,
Yes.
or is it too soon to tell?
No, I think it's a lot better than what they were
Yeah.
last. Of course, last. Then again, adding anyone to that defense they had last year
Yes.
makes them better. And Micah Parsons was a great addition. Yeah, I think he's a great. I mean, I wish we could have got him. I really did. That was the guy I wanted last year. But whatever. Cowboys leapfrog is stuck in. What are you going to do? Up yours. But yeah, their defense is much better, much better, and they've always had the pass rush. They just never had the secondary. Now they seem to have that secondary, that linebacker situation worked out. I mean, they already had Vander Hesch and all these other guys.
Yep.
Now they add Micah Parsons, who's all over the place. That guy is crazy. If you watch him play, he's
It's
sideline to sideline, up and down.
Over.
He's a good kid. He's gonna be good. If he stays healthy, he's gonna be rookie of the year, I think.
Yeah, and then Cowboys trade. I don't know if it's final. Trading Jalen Smith to the Packers. I haven't seen what it is yet. They're the favorites to land him. That's all. It's not really talking about. So it was two guys. It was Jalen Smith and Gilmore that their teams were going to outright release them.
Yeah.
And Gilmore winds up going to the Panthers for a 6th-rounder. So there's the Panthers. Panthers, they're in it. They're in it to win it. So that being said, Giants and Cowboys, who you got in this one?
Don't make me say it.
All right.
I'm not going to say it. You know who it is, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Listen, I said it last week. I don't see me picking the Giants again until Miami. Just out of pure anger, I don't see me picking them. But if they were to upset the Cowboys this week, then I'll start softening my stance a little bit and saying, okay, maybe we got something going. Maybe we got something a little on a roll. But as of this week, I'm not going to say it. You just know who I'm talking about. Raul, God bless you. God bless you, my friend. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
I have to go your route also. They're at home. I mean, we pick all the division games, and if they're away, we typically give them a loss.
If we're gonna lose, just don't get embarrassed, please. Keep it close. I don't want to hear Kyle. I don't want to hear Kyle's mouth. I don't want to hear Kyle's texts.
I might kick him out of the chat.
You should kick him out of
the score.
Kick him out of the chat just Sunday. Kick him out Sunday. Let him back in Monday.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all the updates. Touchdown. Oh, God, here we go.
I think that Kyle is too nervous a fan to do that in the game. I can't remember a time where he's started talking during a game.
Okay.
I think internally he hates the Cowboys. Internally he hates what they do to him. All right, so that's that, and then the Sunday night game is one to get the popcorn ready, baby. The Buffalo Bills head to the Chiefs, head to Kansas City and play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a 3-point favorite here, and that's only because they're home. I firmly believe that if this was in Buffalo, Buffalo would be favored here. We've seen the Chiefs lose at home to what I think is a lesser team than Buffalo. It's a tough one to pick because this might wind up being 48-41 game or something crazy like that. I am gonna go with the Buffalo Bills in this one.
You know who I'm going with.
I do,
I'm definitely going. I've watched every Bills game because I married into a Bills family, so I've been watching
and
and
it's the right thing to do.
they are a tough team, man. They
And
bend but don't. Yeah, they
Diggs
bend
hasn't
but
even
don't
played his
break.
potential yet.
I don't think any of them have played up to their potential yet. Even
Mm-hmm.
Allen, I don't think has played his potential yet. That's the scary part about that offense. Defensively, again, you're thinking, oh my god, and all of a sudden, boom, sack, boom, interception, boom, forced fumble. They bend but don't break. Like I said,
Yep.
Allen throws an interception, they get boom, interception right back. It's like, yeah, all right, well, let's take that ball right back from you. And like you said, I think they're going to get Mahomes running, and usually that's a good thing. I don't think this week is going to be a good thing. I think they're going to make him uncomfortable. They might throw a couple picks, and I'm going to like the Bills.
Maybe I'll stop Brady this week. I, but this is the type of a game that this is like the hype of the game. It's like it feels like it should be played in like the middle of December where it's getting dark and there's snow around and these two behemoth
You don't watch
teams
the show,
just
right? Sorry, I'm
just
trying to interrupt you. But I
no,
got
go
this
ahead.
my brother-in-law for his birthday. Pretty
Oh,
cool, right?
nice. I like it.
Pretty cool, right? And it's
Very
all
good.
Nintendo.
Yes, yeah,
I was
blowing
gonna
the
say,
cartridge,
yeah, I
blowing
was
the
gonna say
cartridge.
he don't watch these shows though because he's all Bills all 24/7. I picked the Bills to win.
So did Steve.
So did Steve. So did Raul.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but yeah.
No. You're good. It just got that feel of this intense playoff atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Atmosphere, and I could only imagine if this game was in Buffalo. But it feels more of like a mid-December game where the teams are battling it out. It's snow is going down. It gets dark outside earlier, and it's just like
Well,
that
like they
real
say,
football feel.
it's probably a playoff preview. It could be an
Yeah,
AFC Championship preview. It could be round one of this year's playoffs.
oof.
You don't even know, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, yeah, and no doubt, game of the week material right there. And then moving to Monday
Actually,
night,
there's a lot of good games this week. Actually, I'm very excited.
yeah, 49ers and Card, and a lot in that 4 o'clock window. Um, you get 49ers, Cardinals, Giants, Cowboys, and then Bills and Chiefs for the Sunday night game. Bengals and Packers. Yeah. There's several out there. Uh, this I don't. This is a difficult one to choose here. The best one and wait, are they the best 1-3 team?
They're the best 1-3 team now.
So the Colts are 1-3. The Ravens, what are they? 3-1. Ravens are 3-1. Lamar Jackson has never lost in the month of October, for what that's worth. Timmy,
What does that really mean?
we'll go with
That
you
means that
first on
means
this
he
one.
loses. He loses when it counts. That's all that means. It doesn't mean anything.
He's the
Who
only
doesn't know?
quarterback since 1970 with 5 or more starts and 0 losses in the month of October.
That's weird.
No ring though.
This is another one of the. Actually, no, I don't really think. Like I said, this is gonna be one of the case where that quarterback is going to have a major problem with this defense, and his ankles are fragile.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to go with the Ravens at home.
It's got to be. Did we disagree at all today? We're gonna have the same
so.
record next week. We
That's
did
all
not.
right.
We picked everything. Yeah,
That's good. We'll go 16-0, and we'll move up in the rankings.
exactly.
We'll be good to go. We'll be and you battle out again like last year.
Yes, all will be right. It's the world healing itself.
That's right. Because I don't like the way this is going this year so far.
I don't like it either. All right, so that'll do it for what we cover here. Timmy, any closing remarks? Anything that you want to bring up?
No, I mean, like I said, I think it's gonna be a good week. I'm really looking forward to the Ram game. I'm looking forward to the Giants game. I'm looking for well, I'm looking forward to the Giants game. We'll see how the Giants game goes. But yeah, that Bills game, I'm pumped. I wish my because Columbus Day is Monday. There, I unfortunately am not off. I have to work
Mm.
Monday. And I get the extra day off. But they're all going upstate. They're having a big party up there. They're all going to watch the game on Sunday night. I wish I was there with them, but I'll be here by myself. But I
Which
plan on
is also good too.
getting some wings and some nachos, and just sitting here and getting fat and watching that game. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm pumped up. It's gonna be a good week of football this week,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and a good Thursday game.
Finally.
And oh, you know what? I was gonna say this too. I was leaning towards the Giants. You want to know I was leaning towards the Giants? Because they're not playing at 8 o'clock. Because usually we play the Cowboys for the first time at 8 o'clock on the
Yes.
goddamn 8 o'clock game.
It's
So
been the opening week. They put us behind the eight ball every single year. It feels like.
I almost that's why I say you know what they're playing at they're not playing at fucking 8 o'clock. I was like, but no, I'm still gonna pick stupid girls.
I might throw some money last minute on the Giants.
You better parlay that shit
Not too much. A little small wager.
just for the fun of it. Yeah, just for the
Yeah,
fun of it. I get that.
yeah. It puts more rooting in there too.
That's
All
why
right, so
I go to the track and there's 100 to 1. I always put $1 on it just for the hell
yes,
of it. $2, $5 on it. Why? Because if it wins, it's a good little payday, right?
it's a good day, and there's low risk, high reward.
Like what do
That's
you
what
got?
you got to
What
look
do you got in
for.
your pocket? 5 singles. Yeah, here's $5 a show on the 100 to 1 horse. See what happens.
Yes. All right. So that'll do it for us this week. Stay in on the news on the Pop Culture Pros group. We'll get you all the latest information that's going on. Share out all the news. If you got fantasy football questions, you could shoot those at us also on Twitter, on Facebook, and all that stuff. So go ahead and do that. Head over to popculturepros.com. There's several contests up there right now, and it's just not stopping. I emails daily on these on these movies that are coming out. So all good there. See some free movies on us. Why not? Why not just do it? Do it. And then of course be safe. Do your thing. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and your family, no matter what you believe in.
Real quick though, Steve. I remember you were
Yeah.
mentioning you might make it up here in December. Eric Zent has guaranteed that if
Oh boy.
you come here,
Uh-huh.
he will be here also. So
Oh.
we will have an extensive pop culture pros presence.
And we'll do one giant show.
We should do one giant show and
Yes.
a karaoke jam. I think we should have a karaoke jam.
I'm in.
All get hammered. Go to one of these karaoke places where you can rent your own private room and
Hell yeah.
just get stupid.
Do they have? I just saw this the other day. They have karaoke. I don't even know what to call it. Mini rooms at the mall now. At least down here is you go into it. It's like one of those like a virtual reality booth without the virtual reality. So you go in there, you pick your songs, and people were jamming in there.
Really? Well, they said
Yes.
they have all the
Lights
karaoke
going.
bars. Yeah, you can actually get you have the open area where everyone sings together, or you rent your own room. And the room's pretty big, like 10, 15 people, and you go in there and you just if you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of strangers, you go embarrass yourself in front of all your friends.
I
So
embarrassed
so if you-
myself
So if you come up,
on
like
a
I
cruise
said,
ship one year.
Eric is guaranteed he's going to come. He swore by it.
Okay.
And so we'll have us, Gia. We'll have Kyle,
Kyle.
Ed, Jason, Tony, if he wants to show up. We'll have a
Yes.
nice little present.
Yes, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, we definitely got to do something like that soon.
Cool.
Yeah, got to be in New York. Got to be with the other part of the team. Yeah, but they were just jamming away. The lights were going, strobe stuff was going. I couldn't make out what the song was, but there's two people in there just jamming out. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just roaming around the mall. Let's jam out. I was about to say I did that on a cruise ship once. That embarrassed myself in front of an audience. Karaoke. I sang. They didn't even ask me what I wanted to sing. The people that we went with just went up to the front and said, "Put Steve down for."
style. Kamikaze.
Right?
It's called kamikaze karaoke. We don't know what you're going to get.
Don't like it,
or
but
you spin a wheel or some shit like that.
it wound up. They did Piano Man. So that's what I was singing.
Well, it's
up
not
on
too
stage.
bad. It's not too bad.
Nah.
It's slow. It's
But you got to be careful because on the slow karaoke, you see people like losing attention, talking their name, but you want to suck them back in and embarrass yourself real good.
At one point, I'm not to toot my own horn or Barry Harwich myself. I was a very good karaoke singer, very good. So
We got to
we had a lot of fun doing it. I miss it. That's why I want to do it now.
maybe I can throw Keith in a suitcase and bring him
Do
along
it.
for the ride.
Hey, listen, if you work hard enough, I'll tell you, football fans. By the way, my cousin's going to Dallas to see them, and the Broncos, and his wife did due diligence. Ended up getting a flight for $65 each round trip. Round trip. You just got to look at these
Yeah.
websites and pay attention. You get a nice cheap flight. So, I mean, my cousin's like, yeah, he was making jokes. Saying, do we have to fly it ourselves? Do we have to stand the whole time? Like, how do you find this? But it's like an American flight. It wasn't selling out. Him and his three sons are going $65 a piece round trip to Dallas.
Can never
But,
beat that.
so just got to pay attention, man. Do it. You got to do your due diligence.
And if you go, I was told this, I got taught this trick a long time ago. If you go to google.com, I think it's /flights, you put in all your information, and Google searches everything for you and finds ridiculously cheap flights. So that
Nice.
takes some of the legwork out of it. But they and then yeah, and they make it so easy. They say, oh well, if you leave on the 6th instead of the 5th, you'll pay $45 less a ticket. And then you're like, the 6 can work.
Yeah, 6 will work. Even
Yeah.
to sleep in the airport that first night.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll still go.
All right. So we appreciate you guys watching, Raul. We appreciate the picks as always, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow on the We Stomped You Out show. And then coming up, is it coming up? Is
After us
Granny's
is
going
8.
on today?
No, they're going on Saturday at noon. A
Oh, okay.
special afternoon episode. But
Afternoon
A to
episode.
Z returns tomorrow
Yes.
after us,
Yes, A to Z is back, and they're going to be on Thursday nights.
which I will be making an appearance.
You're jumping on. I might jump on too then.
I'm trying to hit every show this week. I want to set the record.
Let's-
I'm going to set the record for every show. I don't care what show goes. If they bring the streaming shows, I'm going to go on it. I'm going to barge my way in, just for 5 seconds.
they're late on that.
They're
I'm gonna
late.
yell at Nerdo. You're late.
Get the boss.
Gia and all these. All right. So that'll do it for us, and we will talk to you guys next week again. Just like I said, follow us in the group, and we will keep you up to date on all the shenanigans that are going on. So peace out, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Peace.